All right, now let's look at how to break down your goals, and make it more actionable so that you actually have a chance in terms of accomplishing them, right? So really quickly, in terms of, say, goal breakdown, we're going to take maybe an example and see how I could do this. And I haven't prepared this or anything. I'm just going to pick one example and see how I'm going to break it down as I think through it, right? So let's just say the goal that we want to work on is we want to generally improve, let's say, our reading ability and skills, and generally want to read more books. So I want to read more books is not a specific goal that you can sort of work on, right? So what we want to do is convert that into sort of milestones and daily habits, which will make it easier for you to get there, right? So let's just say in general we're trying to improve reading. Maybe that's what we're attempting. So what we will do is look at this. So what do I want to accomplish? So when you say improve reading, how can you maybe measure that? Let's say we're going to measure it based on the number of books we read in the next 3 months, right? So let's just say I want to read, how many books do we read? Say 12 books in the next 3 months, right? So let's just say this is what we want to accomplish. By when? So I would put a date for the next 3 months, which is say July, August, September. So let's just say by September 30th, right? 2020. Why do I want to do this? Because I want to improve my reading, maybe because I want to get better vocabulary. I don't know, whatever your reasons are for doing this. This is for you to reflect on your whys. And then what's the reward? Interesting. So if I read 12 books in 3 months, I will gift myself a Kindle because I'm reading a lot, right? So maybe that's my reward. How will I keep myself accountable? So in terms of adding accountability to this, maybe I will say I will track my reading every day, right? And so using the habit tracker, and then I will say, after each book I will publish a book review. So this will help me stay on track and stay accountable. And now that a couple of people are going to see what I sort of post, I might sort of trick myself into reading more and doing more book reviews, because I'm getting some external validation as well, and say people are also finding my reviews useful, right? So this is something that I'm going to attempt to stay accountable and stay interested along the way. Now let's say I want to break this down into milestones, and in this case it's pretty easy in the sense that if I want to read 12 books in 3 months, for each month I'll have to read about 4 books, right? So let's say I have, this is for 3 months, right? So I can say my mini goal is going to be when I finish the first 4 books, right, the second 4 books, and the third set of 4 books, right? So I can break it into chunks like this, or I can say I'm going to do this on a monthly basis, which says for July, August, September, right? However I want to sort of say my mini goal is. And for July, these are my monthly milestones. So for July I have to first find out 4 books to read, right? And then read 4 books, and like I was committing, publish book review for 4 books, right? And then for each of these I can give a timeline. So if I want to finish 4 books in July, I should be able to sort of identify these 4 books at least in the first 2 days of July, let's say. So by July 2nd I want to identify these books, and then I want to give myself till the end of the month to be able to read these books. So say by July 30, 31, I think 31. And then when will I publish the reviews? Let's just say, I'm going to publish it latest by August 1 as I finish my last book, right? So I can set deadlines such as this. And now if I look at it, if I have to accomplish these things in a month, what I need, I'm going to think through what will I have to do every single week and every single day to be able to do that, right? So if you look at it, generally in the first week we have to find and research and get everything ready, at least procure the books and so on, and then I have to read these books, and then I have to publish reviews. So if the month is July, let's say there is week 1, 2, so some weeks may have, some months may have just 4 weeks, some have 5. So let's just say there are 5 weeks hypothetically. So for week 1, my weekly milestone is to find 4 books and procure them, right, or get my hands on them. So I'm going to find these, and if I have to, by the end of this week, which is say July 1 to 7, right, 1 to 7, by the end of this week find these books and procure them. What do I have to do every single day? So every single day I have to Google for references and then look to purchase on Amazon, right? And maybe this is not a daily thing. In this case, this may be a one-off event as well, right? But as we go on to week 2, it says, I want to read book 1. So then let's just say for each of these weeks, we're trying to read 1 book each. So there is book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4. So we're trying to finish 1 book in 1 week. And as we read, in order to stick to this, every day we are going to say, read a book for 2 hours after coffee, so that's going to be the daily habit we're cultivating. Or let's say track reading habit on the habit tracker, right? So essentially this is how we would sort of do this. Towards week 5 we will have maybe book reviews as well. So I have to also publish my book reviews. So what I would do is, say every single week here after the book, I will have to say draft my review, and here I would sort of publish it, right? So basically you get the idea, right? You essentially have monthly milestones which you break into weeks, and you decide what things you should accomplish in that week. So let's just say you want to read a book and draft or publish a review, and same for week 2, week 3, week 4. And how will you get this? How will you get to this outcome by end of the week? You will actually do that by doing something every single day, or at least alternate days, or however that schedule is, right? So in this case, you're going to read a book or whatever book you have chosen for that week for 2 hours after coffee every single day. So after this point, what I would really like for you to do is, whatever your planning mechanism is, right? So just pick up, add it to your calendar, whatever your daily and weekly planning routine is. What I usually do is use just a paper such as this, where I would write every single day the things that I have to do, and maybe one for the week as well, where I would sort of keep track of the very high level things on a weekly basis, right? So these are my weekly milestones, daily milestones. I just use paper such as this or sticky notes. So whatever your system is, you can just sort of transfer these into that and keep track of them there, right? You can also sort of have a checklist. So in this case, I'm going to say find books, right? Order books, read book 1, book 2, book 3, publish review, all of those things, right? Create Instagram account to share my reading progress, I don't know, whatever things you would want to accomplish, right? You can sort of do that here, and also have your notes as you prepare. So let's just say you found a book, you can write about it, or your thoughts here. So this is how you can use the goal breakdown for a very simple example such as this. And it's not perfect in the sense there's a lot of lot more thinking you can do and get to clarity. I even think 12 books in 3 months is very ambitious, but yeah, so this is a hypothetical example. It works. So I hope you found this useful, and these are certain ways in which you can use the goal breakdown sheets. Yeah, let me know how you use it. I'm really curious to understand how you sort of what your experience was around this, and how you found value with these sheets. Yep. Thank you. Bye bye.